Cool.
Welcome back to More Moss to the People. My name is Asa and I am your host. Today I have a dear friend of mine on with me, and she is this peach because she decided last second with me to do this episode. And I love people that are spontaneous because it is so not me. And so I love it when somebody says, yes, I'll do it. I'm like, yeah. So every day I'm learning new lessons, aren't I? Especially from my dear Tirza Schaefer, who is the guest today from Cologne, Germany. So welcome, Tirza, to More Moss to the People.
Hi, Osa. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I mean, we'll make a good team. I'm very spontaneous. I sometimes lack structure a bit, and you've got that. So it's really good. Thing,
We
we
well.
inspire each other.
Yeah. You know what, which is so right, because God doesn't put two people together only to help one, right? And I'm positive that for me, you are such a light, right? And you make me so happy. And every time I see your beautiful smiling face, which we'll get to that later about your smiling goddess, your new slogan, new website, how much of a support and a gem you have been to me in my whole movement so far from the beginning. And I want to publicly say thank you to you for supporting me and pushing me and pulling me and just being here with me during almost a year of this More Moss to the People journey. So really, thank you for that.
You're so welcome. And as you said, it goes both ways. You know, I mean, you've supported me so much as well.
Well, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to have wonderful people.
And I love More Moss to the People. I keep talking about it all the time. You have to watch Asa. She's great.
Oh, and my guests are the great ones, right? They're the ones that I love having on. So tell me, please, have a minute here and tell us who you are in the world today.
Big question.
Yes.
Because I'm multi-passionate, so there's a lot of me, you know, like I'm a mom. My youngest child is 16. The older ones are already out of the house. They're 24 and 21. Then I'm an author. I'm a spiritual healer, tarot reader. I do goddess work a lot. I love the divine feminine, and I find that so empowering. And I'm also a practicing fledgling witch. So, you know, I just started this year and I absolutely loved it. After I've done the course with Sinead, I felt so liberated and empowered. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's my path. I've got to do that.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that because to me, I think that there's a lot of stigma around that, about being a witch and what does that mean? And, you know, you are a spiritual gal, man. You are, but you're also, I mean, an author of over 30 books, right?
Yes, way over 30. I lost count, so I tried yesterday and then I kind of muddled it up because I was a bit tired. So I was like, oh, fuck it.
It doesn't matter. It's just over 30. Okay, we'll say over 30. Yes. And I mean, to me, as a person that has, I mean, I've never written a book. I've never published a book. I know people that are published authors. And I was thinking today, it hit me when I was about to do my own recording for the episode of the week. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my God, Tirza has a book coming out next week, October 12th. Your book is coming out. Please talk about that. Please. I want to hear.
The first thing I want to say is that day is my sister's 50th birthday. So
happy birthday, sis.
I put a dedication to her as well on the book, and I timed it for her birthday especially.
What's her name? Let's say her name.
Julia.
Julia, what a beautiful name.
Yes.
50th birthday. How nice. Happy birthday, Julia.
Yes. Yeah, so The Hopping Hippos is a romance novel. It's a rock star romance, very explicit, with also man-on-man action. So, you know, it's not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
There's steam coming out of your ears.
I'm like, ooh, gotta fix my hair.
Yeah, and it's a reverse harem, which means that it's one woman and several men.
I had never heard any of these
whole band.
Okay, all right.
That's why I'm explaining it.
And so that's the Hopping Hippos. That's the book
Yes.
now coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because I've told you before, I'm like, I haven't read, you said steamy romance in one of your posts. I was like, oh, steamy. I'm like, oh my goodness, how exciting. I don't read steamy romance novels. I mean, I haven't since, high school. and now I'm just a little bit past high school. And I think it's so fantastic that you, as this dear friend of mine, is writing novels that are about things that I'm like, wait, what? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's cool.
If you can see that there in the background there, that's a hippo.
Yes, little.
Schleichhippo.
Yeah.
And my children gave that to me as a present as well.
Okay, you're holding up a stuffed hippo right now.
Yes.
For the person not watching.
I'm very proud of it. They're so cute.
Why hippos? Why hippopotamus? What's that about?
Well, the thing was, it started out me talking to a friend of mine in Texas, and her husband was in a rock band. They were quite successful as well, called the Push Monkeys. And so that kind of inspired it. And then I had this vision of one of the guys from the band like hopping around, hopping up and down to music at a party and being a bit drunk already and things like that, and trying to land with a girl, and she said she's not dancing with a jumping hippo or something like that. So they made hopping hippos out of it, and that was how the band name kind of got created. So it's part truth, real life inspiration, and part fictional, how that came about.
So how do you, I mean, this whole, like the creative process of coming up and creating like all the characters and all this, I mean, where does that come from? I mean, I don't have any idea. So I'm a newbie here. Tell me, share.
I mean, that's really that can come from so many different sources. Like I read another book, I watch a movie, or it just pops up in my head, or I see a picture of I don't know, of somebody online, somebody I don't even know, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, and then things come, and they kind of, I see that like a movie in my head, and I just ride along. So that's basically how that happened. Because if I plan and I write out everything carefully and stuff, they're just gonna go off and do whatever the hell they want,
Yeah, so it doesn't work quite that way for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's fascinating because it's I love to learn how people create, like from nothing to something. It's so gorgeous to me. And now that you have over 30 of these beautiful stories that you have come up with. Tell me, you mentioned before Sinead, and for the people that are listening that do not know who Sinead is, Sinead Fine is the woman that introduced us to one another. Yeah, she brought us together in her private group on Facebook, and she is our tarot teacher. She has taught us how to read the tarot cards in her way, which is beautiful, and I would highly recommend to anyone that is interested in learning about understanding how to read the cards intuitively, not by memorization. She is an excellent resource, and she's a beautiful soul that has brought us together, thankfully.
Yes, and I never had like a connection with it. Well, I did feel like I wanted to learn, but I never knew how, and it never really kind of got to that place. I used to read oracle cards all the time. I was very intuitive about that, with great success. But then I felt like I needed to go a step further. And tarot is so much deeper once you start going into it. It's like a rabbit hole that never ends, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's so interesting. I love going deep. I'm a Scorpio, so that's my jam.
Going deep is your Scorpio jam. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and you do these on your Instagram page for anybody that wants to watch you maybe do some polls. What are you doing with your Instagram page now once a week on Tuesday? Tarot Tuesdays. What do you call it?
Tirza's Tarot Tuesday. Yes.
Tirza's Tarot Tuesdays.
Yeah, yes. I've got 2 accounts on and pages on Facebook and Instagram. One is just Tirza Schaefer. On Facebook is Tirza Schaefer Author, my page. Okay. And on Instagram, it's and both for the spiritual side, it's Tirza the Smiling Goddess, and the author one for the steamy stuff, that's Tirza Schaefer. Just
Okay.
like that. So,
yeah, because you said the smiling goddess.
Mm.
For the person that is not watching this video on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, then they wouldn't understand that you have got the most radiant, humongous, beautiful smile. And it just, every time I'm in a group setting with you and I'm looking across the the Zoom page of all the people that are all the participants, I get to you and all I see is your giant, fabulous smile. I love it.
Just before I created that page, it's very recent. I was in a free masterclass for 3 days, and the lady, I talked to her after, and she actually told me as well, she said, you know, there's always one person you're drawn to and you look at them on the screen all the time. That was you with your smile. And I got a couple of comments from, you know, other people as well who were in that group, and saying, you know, oh, your smile is so delightful and whatever. So I've had a lot of compliments, or you know, about it. So I know, and I use it to, you know, hopefully make people a bit happier when I smile at them.
Yeah, well, that's easily done, because you are such a kind human being. And I know that because, I mean, now I've known you for several years. I mean, yes, we only know each other virtually. We are living a couple of countries apart, but one day we are going to meet each other. Of course we are. We have to,
Definitely.
all we have to do is make that commitment, and it will happen. Now tell me, yeah, of course. Yeah, right. All we have to do is make a decision. So part of More Moss to the People, the whole movement is, for me, I love interesting people that dare to live life in their own way, like by the beat of their own drum, not trying to fit in line with everybody else and do the same work and look the same way and have the same husbands and have the same drinks and the same food, and that's so boring.
I tried that all. I was like, that is not for me. My personality is just too strong for that.
Yes, I know. And I feel that because I am also, right? So that is why I find interesting people, because it pulls me to hear your stories. Writing steamy novels, I'm like, ooh, oh my God, you know, like that is so opposite of me. And I'm like, oh, I love this. I think it's terrific. And I love surrounding myself with different people that are bringing themselves to the table. And I mean, this is going to probably sound very naive, but I had no idea that many people love steamy novels. And
millions. That's like one of the biggest things on like Amazon and things, you know, like that genre. Definitely.
No idea. So, I mean, I have my steamy friend, which is terrific, and my witchy steamy friend. So let's talk about witchiness, witchy. Tell me what that means to you, that you said that you have now started this past year getting more aligned with that part of you. Tell me, share with us, please.
So it's really about being more in tune with nature. I've started growing my own herbs and things, like just little bits, you know, but I've never grown plants at all. I've never been a plant person in that way. So that was a totally new grounding experience. I've become more conscious as well about what I eat, how I, you know, that's really the basics, because you work with nature, and to appreciate that and be involved in the process makes it more sacred as well. And then when you cook, I've always done that, like put some love in, you know, for everybody to have that love energy when they eat. And then I've done the course, and that was so amazing. We started with exploring our own, like the physical environment, you know, the witch hunts and things like that, their history. And I've actually made a video about it as well. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's called The Witch's Cauldron, something like that.
Maybe we can attach that in the show notes.
I will definitely do that. I'll give you the link later.
Great.
And then we've done these rituals, like you know, involving the 4 elements, the 4 directions, and I mean, it's been very basic, but I've followed a lot of people on YouTube as well, which are great resources who've done that for years, and I always get new inspirations. I love working with fire and water, mostly fire for that. Like I will always burn a candle, and when I do my own rituals.
Here's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just got a little one here, but still.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, but I've got like different spell candles as well that I ordered, you know, to do that, and for different purposes, different colors and that kind of thing. And what really gets me is how empowering that feels when you bring up your energy with intent. It's like you're building it up, and then, you know, it's like this huge great big ball of energy, you know, and then you let it go to your intention to you know, to charge that, and it's just amazing. And I've done, you probably can't see it here, but like there's my ancestry altar a little bit. And I've never had much of an earth connection so much, you know, all this kind of lineage things as well. And that was so good, and it was healing in a way as well. Yes, especially you know, daddy issues, you've got a problem with men and things like that. So the divine masculine was always a bit like out there for me. And actually bringing that in and having like a really practical way of expressing that. And I've met one of my ancestors, he's now my guide as well. And, you know, I charged him to, you know, with the protection of the property also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's an old Germanic chief, so he's really burly guy. It's like, you know, we didn't care about that, we had to survive kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes,
he's
we
so
still
cool, and I love him, and I have such a positive relationship with him, so that's been really healing as well. So it's like on so many levels, and you don't feel so much like a victim anymore of circumstances or people or whatever, but like you really feel like a powerful creator. Like, I've got the power, I'm directing my life, I can do this, I can call things into being. And I think that's the kind of thing, you really feel that energy, you know, during the rituals when you build it up, is so amazing and so powerful that you end up having a whole new different identity of yourself, the self-image that you have, you know. It's like, I'm a powerful woman.
Oh, I just got chills.
Yeah. And that was so liberating and so motivating in so many ways.
But you learned all this by going to the class with Sinead.
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah, wow.
5 weeks, 4 weeks or 5 weeks it was, and it was the most powerful experience.
But is this something that you work with now? Is this something?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, not as often as I'd like, because I'm more in my head usually rather than doing things, but you know, kick my ass and like, come on, you know how good that feels, do it, you know. And I do it, and I really, really love it. And I've got such a personal relationship with that, you know. It's not like high out, like this ritual magic, for example, is like, you know, which is very much like if you go to a Catholic church and you have a really traditional kind of mass, you know, it feels more like that, very removed and very like, okay, what's next? Do I have to do it that way or whatever, you know,
following the rules.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, it's like I can really express myself, and I have those guidelines, but you know, me, I'm a pantser. It's like, if I feel like I'm turning left rather than right, I'm going to do that. I've learned the hard way to listen to my intuition. So.
Yeah, today, right? Because I mean, we are today over the age of 50, and we've come a long way. I mean, our journeys
absolutely
are for us also to share with other people and to bring other people up with us. And I think that is what's so good about the work that you're doing also with your website, which to me is, you have got so many resources on your website.
Yeah, they're over 300 pages. on the
I mean,
website.
I think I have 3 and I'm exhausted by those. And I mean, I don't even do anything on them, which I don't know why I'm exhausted by that. But you do goddess work also. You do Reiki work. You're so the divine feminine. Let's talk about that a little bit. What does that mean for you to work with the divine feminine and goddess energies?
Well, I think that's been really powerful for me, because I've had like so many people in our culture, which is pretty much worldwide, I think, as well, because we're living in a very patriarchal society in general. But I've always had this feeling like people walk all over me unless I do this elbow aggressive thing, and being a single mom all my life, well, all my kids' lives. Was like I always had to very much live in my masculine side, and it wasn't really a healthy masculine side either, because it exhausted me, and I ended up in burnout and all that. But working with goddesses gives me so much power and understanding of my feminine power, how powerful it is to be on the feminine side, to express that. And that doesn't mean you're suddenly morphing into a doormat for people or anything like that. You can set powerful boundaries. You can express yourself the way you are, who you are, and it's free, and you are really in what you want to be, rather than feeling forced, like, you have to do that now. You have to be like, take out the warrior thing again, and
who, because I can completely identify with that whole masculine side, because that is something that I definitely am aligned with and have been my entire life, where the feeling like not necessarily being feminine, but having to kind of create, like being the one that is the creator of everything that I have in my life, and pushing and not allowing in, not the empress energy, right? So more of the emperor energy, where it's more masculine side of me. And now, as a 56-year-old person, navigating my way through my own emotions and feelings and life and world, and going into more of the accepting mode of asking for help, asking for support, asking for things. That is completely new for me, and I'm learning by watching people like you.
Same here, but I had to learn that the hard way as well, because I always thought, like, I was conditioned, like, if you ask for help and you actually admit to not being perfect, not being able to do everything yourself, it's like you make yourself vulnerable and expose yourself to somebody taking advantage of that, or putting you down or something, being nasty to you. So that was a big learning process with a lot of fear attached to it, but I'm so thrilled that I'm through that. And I've never felt more peaceful in my life than I do now. I never understood that concept. I thought people who are peaceful inside, it was like, I just thought they were boring, just looking outside of it onto it. And I was really thinking, like, oh, you might as well lie down a coffin and nail the lid shut, because you're not having a life or something, because I was thriving on drama, and I was such a drama queen. Oh my God.
Yes.
And and then you live and learn, and then it's like, oh my God, that is so nice just to be, that inner peace is like, I wouldn't give that up for the world.
No, that's so right. Absolutely. For me too. I'm the same way, because that the dramatic energy, even when I'm around it now, today, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need some time. I got to get away from this. I need to breathe. I need to get back to my forest. I got to get out to the forest, and I need to just reconnect with the ground, with God, nature, and just come back to, okay, what matters right now. And we've talked about legacy work before, you and I. We talk about legacy, and to me, I did a post today. I don't know. It's just like just came to me, and it was like, this creation of something. As though we have to do something or be somebody to create legacy. And in fact, legacy is what we are creating every day of our lives.
Absolutely.
How we live our lives, how we treat others, how we treat ourselves first.
Yeah, and people will remember how you made them feel.
Yes,
I think it was Maya Angelou said that. Not sure, but she said, people will not remember what you did or what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Always. I love that. Me too.
Yeah, that gives me
that quote. Me too. But it also is such a powerful reminder of the power of the word and the power of our actions. And ultimately, it's like energetically, because we are energetic beings, how it doesn't matter what you say. Like if you're doing something, you're like, ugh, like with the eye roll behind it, like, don't do it. Just don't even bother, because you know what? It's not nice. And people feel when it's not done with graciousness or with love.
Exactly.
And this work that you are sharing your heart, that you dare to put yourself out and talk about such, maybe scandalous, risque things. I'm like, like I said, like, oh my God, I love it because it's fun. It's fun. It's so different for me.
Yeah, and it's a part of liberation as well, because like sexuality, like death or some other topics, there very much is a taboo theme, especially women our age. I think the younger people now are more liberated.
Yes.
Because I've got that all on social media, it might not always be a good thing. You have to be discerning, of course, but it's helped me so much with myself. Like it's okay to be me, to stand on my own power and saying this is what I love and this is what I do anyway. Like I've been writing since I was able to, really, telling stories and all that, and and the romantic side and the sexuality that goes with that has always been a great part for me. I'm a very sensual person, and I love to explore that in my mind. I'm a very mental person. So that's how it came. And then I learned to like stand up and say, okay, that's me, I'm going to publish that now. And and I had luckily some very loving friends who supported me very much in that and said, come on, dare to do that, it's okay. And so I started very carefully, kind of thing, and then it built up as everything else in life.
Right. It's hitting me as you're saying this. Like I haven't really thought about it before, but you're so right about people, in our age group that are so sexually repressed, like talking about it or even having discussions around it, or, it really is something that you are so good at. And I'm like, what a great business idea. For you to be focusing on women in this 50+ age group to relinquish the steelness, like the what is it called, like the guilt, like the armor and like the like around us that has built up slowly over the years, because it is like death, like money, like the taboo topics, right? Sex, money, and death. Oh my God. And these are things that I just realized as I now say it, that really I love talking about death. I love talking about money, not sex so much. I'm like, why not? I'm like, I don't know. Oh, why not? Let me question that.
Yes.
Right? Because if I don't like to talk about it, well, what's that about? So thank you for bringing that to my brain today, and I can drop that into my heart and connect with myself.
You're very welcome.
And I'll tell you, if it's for me, then it's for somebody else too. Somebody else needs to hear these messages. And your website, like I said, is an excellent resource for all this goddess information. You have all these different goddesses out there, and you have done so much research, and you are a perfect resource for somebody to connect with. If they have questions or want to read your books. And now you've got the Hopping Hippos coming out October 12th, which I'm so happy for. And we'll connect the link down here below so people can go and get that. Are you doing pre-orders now, or how does that work? Where can people buy the book?
Well, I'm publishing wide, which means I'm publishing on lots of different online stores with not just Amazon, which is like usually the main thing. That also means because Amazon has a very strict policy, because they want to obviously keep their monopoly. You can't do pre-orders if you publish wide, if that comes through not directly on their website, and you're not exclusive, all that kind of stuff. So I do have a universal link, which gets you to a page where you can just click on the store that you want. But Amazon will only be on there on the 12th of October. When it comes out, you know, when it goes live, then it's going to be on there. But before that, it won't be. But you're welcome to purchase or like borrow the book from, you know, there's lots of other different ones. As well. So, I mean, you know, take your pick.
I mean, I'm all for giving the mom and pop business versus Amazon any day.
Absolutely. Day. So, and also, you know, they just shut down author accounts just because they feel like it, or because, you know, pirates have ripped off from them the books, put that up on their pirating sites to fish information from people and that. And then you actually get your account revoked because you go against this exclusivity guidelines and you know, contract. So they have some really horrible methods doing that, and it's a drag to get that back up and everything. So you know, I was like, well, I don't want to. You have to be on there because that's really probably 80 to 90% of people reading from there. But I'm not being exclusive, and I know that hits my sales because people who actually go on Kindle Unlimited, which is like, I don't know, you pay like $10 or something a month, and then you know, can borrow any book to read that you want. That's part of that deal. But and people have lots of page reads that way, especially with authors who are not so widely known. So, you know, like getting to know a new author then is like risk-free for people, for readers. They don't spend money on it, but at the same time you get a pittance of royalties on that as well. And I'm not on KU. As a reader, I buy the books because I want to support the authors that you know I want to read from. I don't want to rip them off. So that's basically what I'm doing.
I don't have any idea what this is, like all Greek to me. So, so instead, so you just support the author that is taking their time in writing their works instead of doing like little tiny blip readings. Like, is that what you're saying with Kindle? What?
Kindle Unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay. I don't know anything about Kindle either. I'm a paper girl, you know.
That's like a library thing. You can borrow books out and read them.
Okay. Well, no, we want to support the creators for the work. And if you want to go to your small local bookstores, support them versus the big guys. But okay. So October 12th, it's coming out. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Tell me, oh my gosh, you, my little sunshine. Tell me, do you have any last minute words of wisdom or thoughts, anything that's coming to your heart, just completely spontaneously, that you would like to share? Because if one person needs to hear it right now, is there anything that you would like to share from your heart?
Absolutely. The most important thing is, the most important lesson for myself as well was, do not be ashamed of who you are, to show it to the world. You might lose some people that way, but they're not worth keeping. Find your soul tribe and be yourself. Don't live in shame and guilt.
No.
Yes.
That's
the most liberating thing that you can do for yourself.
Yes. God, set yourself free from the chains that bind you.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you. I'm so glad. Thank you for jumping on with me today in this impromptu session. I loved it. I loved it. I loved having you. Thank you for being my guest. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being a wonderful author, mother, sister, daughter, and happy birthday to your sis. Happy birthday to your sis, Julia.
Thank you.
Julia. On her 50th birthday on October 12th as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And best wishes to a wonderful launch of your book.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Take care, honey. See you later.
You too.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye-bye.